Entrepreneurship is a major catalyst for both industrialized and developing countries. Now, for a nation's growth and development, entrepreneurship is a major catalyst. It's Business Trend here on Galactic Television. I am Ezinne Egesi. Many thanks for joining me. Nigeria, Africa's biggest economy, is beset with many uncertainties as well as endless possibilities. The synergy of the public and private sector is pivotal to the emergence of a sustainable economic growth pattern that will benefit all citizens. Watch Business Trends, the platform where experts, public and private sector policy strategists, CEOs and regulators share their views on the growth prospects of the nation's economy. Watch Business Trends at these times. Welcome back. Now, dealing with the subject of women entrepreneurs is not meant to show any gender bias, neither is it about women's liberation. But however, it cannot be denied that when compared with men, women have to overcome and embrace more obstacles and responsibilities in order to fulfill their entrepreneurial dreams. In this exclusive interview, I'm about to show you Modupe Oyekunle, National President, NECA Network of Entrepreneur Women, reveals the challenges and sustainability prospects of businesses run by women in the nation. So if you are a woman who is interested in owning a business or sustaining your business, then this is for you. Enjoy. Thank you so much, Mrs. Modupe Oyekunle, the National President, NECA Networks of Entrepreneur Women, for coming on the show today. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Nice meeting you, and you look nice as well.
Thank you. You look prettier, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, so I want to start by asking you, what are some of the many challenges facing women entrepreneurs currently in Nigeria?
Well, there's so many most challenges facing women entrepreneurs in Nigeria. And I think the first really is actually the ability to be able to do a lot of things together. Really and truly. Because whether you like it or not, what makes us women entrepreneurs is because we're first a woman. And most of the time, you have to sort out family, you got to sort out personal issues, your health and all of that. And the ability to lift yourself above that sometimes could be challenging. But I want to commend a lot of women, fellow women in need, that we have to say, you know what, that I'm a woman does not mean that I can't do what I need to do. I just must be able to juggle a lot of things I need to juggle to be successful in my business. I think that's the first one. Then the second one is the ability for us as women to support one another. It's you know that the way it is, men, we like to support one another, but I think things are changing as well. There's this clamor that women should learn to support one another. I should be happy that you're doing well, and then show you the secrets and teach you the things you need to do to be able to move on. I think that's also changed. There's a lot of enlightenment on that aspect. Funding is a major aspect that I feel that is a major challenge to women in terms of having access to funding that are like single digits. The CPN, Central Bank of Nigeria, they've done a lot, but it's not really getting down to a lot of women. So this is why I want to commend a lot of people are doing that, and I want to commend you as well, because that was what made us to start our cooperative, NECA Network of Entrepreneur Women, to be able to help our women access, as simple as 500, 1 million, 2 million, to be able to help yourself with your working capital in your business. Sometimes you just cash trap people and you don't know what to do. So that's funding is a major aspect, and I want to really call out to the federal government. I want to call out to the commercial banks. I want to make a call out to develop all the funders out there to do much more. I'm not saying they're not doing anything. They're doing a lot. The Bank of Industry, the Bank of Agriculture, they're doing a lot. But the population of Nigeria is huge, and women play a major part in that population. And so if we're going to really do a lot, then we need to increase on what we're doing. Funding is a challenge. Another challenge is the challenge of structure. structure in business. Yeah, and that's an African thing. Really. An African man starts a business, and all the business is not about me, myself, and I. There's no corporate governance. The business is in, and as you're making money, you're spending it. So, but if you want to run a sustainable business, which is one of the things we preach and we're teaching at NIL, with our capacity building, we have a lot of trade, international labor organization trainers in all the 4 aspects of entrepreneurial development: generate your business idea, start your business, improve your business, expand your business. And so what we do is to build the capacity of our women to be able to say to them, you can't run a business and when you're not there, the business is not sustainable. When I started my business in 2005, the first thing I did was to institute, a group of think tank that would help me look at what I wanted to do. And then from the think tank, I was able to bring about my board, the first board, and so I report to the board. It helps me, puts me on my toes, it's what is called, simply called corporate governance structure. And so once you institute all of that structure, then you can begin to scale down to ensure that, everything that you need to do in terms of your accounting, your auditing, or ensuring that marketing, everything is in place in your business. So once you put in all of those structure, yes, there will be challenges, but it's okay. You have a group of people that would, put you in question to say that, what we have to do what is right. And so if structure is another challenge for women. And I think the last challenge, I know there are a lot of challenges. The last one I really, really wanted to say is the challenge of health. A lot of things are going on with women right now, and emotionally and all of that. And I really my heart goes out to a lot of women that are suffering, with respect to cancer, a lot of issues going on in Nigeria. It was a burden, for me, and bills to pay, and a lot of things. And sometimes some women just say, what? Can I permit me to use the word? Come and die.
Yeah, a lot of women say that.
And then you just say, what else, and all that. But then I say that others have gone ahead and they're doing well. They got nothing different. It's just that they decided not to give up. So I think those are the challenges, and much more. But others have some other challenges, and so we can.
All right, it is interesting to note that despite most of these challenges you have mentioned so far, we have a lot of businesses run by women that are very successful, because I know so many of them currently in Lagos and in Nigeria generally. So I wanted to ask you, as in, what do you think is responsible for these successes?
Number one, I think, is a God factor. Sometimes some people do their best and it just does not work out. Sometimes, you don't do too much and then everything just smarts on you. So sometimes you can't just explain it. I call it sovereignty, of the God factor. It just works out like that. The second thing is that I've noticed that successful women actually do not joke with the power of association. And that is where Neckers Network or women comes in. You can't do it alone. You need people around you. And sometimes when you just see others doing well, and we have a lot of such in our network. People like Egesi, she was our pioneer president. We have a lot of gems. Dr. Dele, a lot of Dr. Ekaite, a lot of people that were in our network. And one of the things I've seen about them is that they can do it, and if they can do it, then why not? Others, you can do it. And so when you see such people being successful, you know that they have people holding them and supporting them. So power of association. And then, then they never give up attitude, Yeah, they never give up attitude. And then, mentoring. Where we are as a result of the people that have, spoken into our life, mentored us and pulled us on. So mentoring is a major thing that have helped such women to say, what, these are the things, people that hold you accountable. It's a very key thing in life. People that hold you accountable to be successful. And so they mentor you. And they've gone ahead of you. And then you see that this is doable, and then you begin to do it. So mentoring is one of the major things that help such women successful. And then structure. You cannot, no matter how much you can't do without it. And you know why I say that? If you look at your body system, everything in your body is a system. The respiratory system, the productive system, the give me other systems, the
digestive
digestive system, all of the systems, everything in your body is systemized, and that's the way it is. So there's no way you can run a business where you don't have simple structure. Call it standard operating procedures in everything you are doing, up to how your security works. And so and if you check such women are successful, that's it.
Now, SMEs with female ownership represents about 30 to 37%, which is about 10 million or thereabouts. Now, how do you think? Yes, I think so. But okay, well, how do you think the government at all levels can help in the growth prospects of women businesses run by women?
Well, I like the three things I do when I talk about the government. I like to first commend.
It's allowed.
And then I recommend, and then I commend again. First of all, I want to commend the government, especially the Lagos State government, because I'm here now in Lagos, and the Nigerian government for the gender, funding schemes and everything they put in place for women. However, I want to say that it's not enough, because we still have a lot of women who are struggling, and I mean struggling, seriously struggling. If you do a poll of about 1,000 women, you probably have 100 that are okay. And so what's that percentage? In mathematics, that's only less than pass, really. So if you look at it, the LSTF fund has given a lot of people funding, but how many women even heard about it? If you are not in an association like this, probably you don't know what's going on. So I remember I was talking to a lady when she was telling me she needed just 50,000, and I said, apply for LSTF. Well, what is that? Are you in Lagos? So a lot of people even lack information. Information is another key area. If you're going to survive in business, you need to be informed. You need to know what is going on so that you can. Because there's so many things all around, but people are not just informed. So, and I think that's my first recommendation. Whatsoever the government is doing with respect to funding or whatever scheme they have for women, they need to ensure that women hear about it. That means that look at all the organized private sectors, the NASIMA, everyone, ensure that they hear about it. Have an interface with them, news, media, everyone, and then even the informal sector, women in the marketplace, let ensure that everybody gets to know what is going on, and then use media, different media that there's some media that I would easily be disposed to. If you say anything online, I'm here, but anybody that is not online really doesn't know what's going on. So you need to look at all the media to be able to inform the women such that they know what is going on and they can benefit from it. And then before you form policies for intervention with respect to women and gender issues, discuss it with the women such that we can tell you what we want and how we want it. Do you get my point? You cannot formulate policies for me without having an idea of what I want. What do I want? How do I want it? Do you understand? But if you have meetings, I know they're doing that, but we want more representation of some of the some of the interventions. For instance, me is part of the MSME Council for Lagos State. We were invited, which is good. That's the way to go. The way to go is that if you're going to do anything with respect to my issues as a woman, then involve me so that I can tell you what I want, and then you tell me what you want to do, and then there's a win-win, and then can we stop this, long process of intervening in my issue. So you start a process because it's government. After 6 months, I'm just waiting. Let me not talk about the state, because if I talk about it, you know that. So we had the names of all women posted in the newspaper that they had been given fund. And then we asked some of the women, they've not been given, and they used their names, to say that they've been given because they applied, they called them, but the fund had not been transferred to them. And then on the paper, everybody read it. Oh, and then you saw your name, and you're wondering you've not gotten an alert. Absolutely. So the Ministry of Women Affairs, all of that should intervene with women. Let there be an interaction that will ensure that we get what we want. And it's not only women at the grassroots. There are different levels of women. And so the intervention should be another. What I see a lot with the government is we do a lot of intervention with women at the grassroots, which is good. But there are some women at different levels. And I think we need to cascade it. It's called categorization. So if I'm working with you, it's okay, fine. I'm working with people in the media. But people in the media, there are different categories. Where are they? How can I meet them? How can I interact with them? So if you're only dealing with informal sector, so what happens to me? I'm in the formal sector. I'm in the informed sector. So anytime you see me, if someone says, oh, she doesn't have a problem, she's fine. Okay, I don't have a problem like the problem of the market woman, but I have a need. And then I'm the one that you'll be disturbing every time with multiple taxation. And then what are you doing for me?
Now, in 2015, the central bank granted new an operational license for the first women microfinance bank. Yeah. Now, how did this change the narrative of the financing enterprises run by women?
Well, I think I'll begin with what informed our starting and what informed our getting the license. What informed it was after we did a lot of capacity building for women, and women started talking about the fact that, okay, you've trained me, I've put all of this fine business plan together. But hey, I don't have anything to be able to start this business, And we went the way of the commercial banks. The interest rate is killing, really killing, really. What business are you going to start? I'm being sincere. What business are you going to start? And in 2-3 years, you're going to make 50%? Because what I'm giving back to the bank is almost about 20-something percent. So really and truly, I'm working for the bank. Really and truly. So what should be single digits? And it's been a burden in my heart that I think we should just get a new, let me not talk about that, let me manage that information. Really and truly, I'm just calling for the Central Bank of Nigeria to just do something about our NPR, or reduce the rate. I know that they don't like what I'm just saying. Reduce the rate so that the commercial banks can reduce the rate for lending. And so it's not 20-something percent. The rate for lending can be single digit. It's not rocket science. Why are we like this? So going back to everything, because based on that, we must be the corporate society. So women, let's cooperate, let's contribute our money, save from our collective savings, be able to loan women money internally, which we did, and I'm glad to see that we're able to raise a level of funding to help our women internally. So it was one of the annual retreats that we're discussing and looking at the financial of the cooperative and how well we've done. And then we said, you know what, we could go about this and help other women, and that's how we got the license. And what we did, actually changed the narratives, because up until now, we're able to give about over 2,000 women, up to over 3,000 women on loans at that level. But basically, the market women, so we call them our new seeds. So women at our level, interact with them at their level, and they're doing well today.
Now, you talked about mentorship.
Yeah.
How can this mentorship, skill empowerment, and training help to drive women enterprises in Nigeria?
Well, it's one of the core components of enterprise growth. Whether you like it or not, if you want to grow business, you need to be mentored. I think the people that understand this process very well are my Igbo brothers. It's a very simple model. Oh, Igbo queen. they understand it. So what happens is you have a business and you just pick up someone, you mentor the person, what they call it apprenticeship. Some people call it internship. And then within the space of 3 years, the young chap understands every bit of what a business is about. It doesn't. They go for training and all that, but that aspect shows me everything, both the challenges, the ups and the downs, and every detail about my business. And so it's easy for me just to take over and to run under business direction. And so beyond training, mentoring actually brings you to another level. Mentoring is actually sharing your years of experience with me in just a few months. So if I'm going to start a school now, and which and then I go to someone I've been in education for 20 years, has grown from having just one child to 800 children. Now the 20 years experience in 1 year. Tell me where are you? So that's what mentoring is. So mentoring is something that actually takes and it helps business grow. And my recommendation here is that women, please let's support the women and mentor them. I'm a product mentor. I can mention a lot of women that have helped me. And as I got to be through Mrs. Academic Egesi, she actually brought me. It was a friend of mine who knew her that took me for mentoring dinner. When I met her, it was for mentoring dinner that I did for Mrs. Egesi. And then I sought to speak to her at her office. And from there, the rest is history. And I like the fact that she's just moving. From the time I met her, and she's like my role model when it comes to business. And I've learned a lot from her. And I've seen that affected my business.
All right. Finally, the 2017 NNEU Summit is themed. New summit is actually themed Giant Strides Breaking Barriers.
I can't wait.
So now, what are your expectations, and why should women, of course, who are willing to or who are looking forward to owning the future, why do you think they should attend this summit?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of things that helps business grow. One of it is seminars, conferences, that you meet a lot of seasoned entrepreneurs that actually help your business. They say some things that changes the status quo, and you go back and do something new in your business. NEU actually started our annual summit 4 years ago, and this is the 4th annual summit. The theme actually was picked because we know that in this economic situation, it's important that women take giant strides. And so what did we do? We've been able to gather a lot of successful and seasoned entrepreneurs like Tara Faladoritoye, who will be there, Princess Vicky Astrop, Mr. Bankole of EDC, everybody knows him. Almost everyone, Princess Vicky Astrop, Mrs. Obulesi, the Honorable Minister for Trade, Industry and Investment, Aisha Bakar, will also be there. A lot of other seasoned entrepreneurs will also be there. And what we want to do is that we want to listen. I think Mrs. Adike W will also be there, because we're going to be looking at different areas that women have actually taken giant strides. And there's a reason for the word giant. We want women to actually take giant strides, because if we continue to do the same thing and expect a different result, it's tantamount to insanity. So we want people to stop doing what they've been doing, see others that have gone ahead, and take that giant stride. So this fourth one is the first meeting we're having in Abuja. We've had the first 3 in Lagos, but we're also taking a giant stride as a network to take this to Abuja at the NAF Conference Center in Abuja, and all the women from Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and even the women from Ogun State will all be there. So I call all women out there to please join us in Abuja, and it promises to be a wonderful time. And we're going to have gala night. We're going to learn a lot, seminar, interaction, networking, and then we'll enjoy ourselves as well, because we also need to relax. And it's happening on the 1st and 2nd 3rd November 2017. And it's also an opportunity for people to exhibit their, product so that people can see what you're doing. In a conference, I'll be sitting between about 400 and 500 women. It's a place for you to come and showcase your product. And so you can check our website, Makers Network of Entrepreneur Women.
I wanted to say that.
Yeah, check our website. You can check us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And then when you check us out, you'll see, actually we are trending on Facebook right now. You can also see our speakers, have the contact details to be able to reach out to us. And I would like to see you there as well.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It was really interesting talking with you. Thank you so much once again. Nigeria, Africa's biggest economy, is beset with many uncertainties as well as endless possibilities. The synergy of the public and private sector is pivotal to the emergence of a sustainable economic growth pattern that will benefit all citizens. Watch Business Trends, the platform where experts, public and private sector policy strategists, CEOs and regulators share their views on the growth prospects of the nation's economy. Watch Business Trends at these times. All right, this is where we wrap up the program on Business Trends. Today, you can reach us on our social media platform displayed on your screen. I am Ezinne Egesi. Till I come your way next week, keep patronizing Made in Nigeria products. Do have an amazing day.